All right, this is my um, round one NFL recap, and this was a fucking crazy draft. A lot of trades. Once the top 10 ended, the trades started coming and coming, and there was a division rival trade, even though it wasn't a big division rival trade. A bunch of trades, and I think this was a great round. Even though the Broncos didn't pick, let's go pick by pick. Trayvon Walker, again, I predicted him to pick him. I think he'll be a good player. I don't know if Jacksonville will ruin him or not, but that Georgia team, a lot of people from Georgia got drafted. So, I like the Jaguars pick later down the line better than Walker because he's more proven. But I like Walker. Aiden Hutchinson going home from Michigan, going back to Michigan defensive end. Good job by the Lions. They got their hometown kid, and he was pretty good. And I wish him nothing but the best. Derek Singletary. I'm fucking stupid. Junior going to the Texans. I thought Sauce was gonna go to the Texans, but It went reverse. So yeah, Texans got a good piece. Good corner. Um, and then the New York Jets get Sauce Gardner. Great pickup. Both New York teams actually did really good. Kayvon Thibodeau going to the Giants. Giants had a really great draft. First round. Jets and Giants, I think, are 1A, 1B because New York killed it in this draft right here. So Thibodeau, and then Ikiagwa Igwan going to the Panthers. I guess they're gonna try to protect their future quarterback after Darnold's gone. Evan Neal going to the Giants. The Giants had a really great draft. They got their tackle that they can help pair up with Andrew Thomas to protect their future quarterback. Because, Daniel Jones is gone after this year, unless he fucking has a superstar year, which I don't think so. They got their pass rusher finally in Kayvon Thibodeau. Drake London goes to the Falcons. Obviously, the Calvin Ridley replacement, him and Pitts are going to be a good duo. Unfortunately, they're going to have Mariota throwing the ball. But we'll see what Marcus Mariota does in Atlanta. I got this pick right. I only got 8 picks right all draft. I'll take it. And then Garrett Wilson going to the Jets. The Jets, they lost Crowder, so they needed a replacement. So they got Garrett Wilson, young receiver out of Ohio State. Him and Chris Olave went back to back Ohio State receivers. They were both good. Um, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Both of these guys are good. The Saints traded up with the Commanders to move up to get him. So Chris Olave, good pickup for the Saints. They got a receiver, and then Jamison Williams, the Alabama boy. I thought they were gonna pick a quarterback, but they moved 20 spots. They traded up with the Vikings, the Lions, and they got Jamison Williams. Good pickup again. Um, they need a receiver. Now they're gonna pair up with Chark and St. Brown and Hawkinson. Now they're gonna they already have a way better core than last year. Unfortunately, their quarterback's Jared Goff, but we'll see what happens there. Jordan Davis, this doesn't make sense. They still have Fletcher Cox, but Jordan Davis is gonna be a good player. I don't know if it made sense for the Eagles. They made a trade later, but we'll talk about it. Kyle Hamilton going to the Ravens, just a fucking Ravens pick. In general, man, the Ravens just pick defensive players and then turn them to fucking studs. So Kyle Hamilton's gonna be a stud for for the Ravens at safety. So we all know that. Then Kenyon Green, he played tackle and guard. The Texans need to they need every position. That's why on PFF it said needs every fucking position, and they're addressing the O line right now. And then Commanders, I thought they were going to go guard to replace Scherf, but they got Jawan Dotson. I have no idea who he is, but he's a speedster. So help pair up with Terry McLaurin. Hopefully Carson Wentz doesn't die, and that's really it. I have nothing really to say. He needs to prove it on the field. I didn't know who he was. The Chargers got Zion Johnson, guard. Again, you gotta protect Herbert. They're gonna get better at O line. Enough said. I guess this was a good pick. I said This was a good pick. Yeah, last year they picked Slater. This year they picked Johnson. They're upgrading. They're picking O lineman in the first round. All right, so this was a big one. AJ Brown got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles have a great receiving core. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown now. You got Dallas Goedert. The running back. It doesn't matter who the running backs are. They had a good running game at the end of the year. But fucking Hurts, I don't know. He has no arm. He just Jalen Hurts is not there. I don't know. I'm not sold with Jalen Hurts, but we'll see what the Eagles do. Burks, Traylon Burks, out of Arkansas, Skinnertown. Yeah, so they didn't want to pay AJ Brown, and they traded him to the Eagles. They already got Robert Woods. They got a young receiver, and their offense is not really based on passing the fucking ball. It's give it to Derrick Henry. So I don't think were willing to pay a receiver, and plus they're paying Ryan Tannehill. So that's why I think the Titans did it. And the Eagles, they got a really good receiver to pair up with Devontae Smith. Trevor Pending going to the Saints. They got O-lineman helping out. How about that O-line? Hopefully he doesn't kill Jameis Winston. So that's why they got an O-lineman, Trevor Pending, out of Northern Iowa. And then the only quarterback taken in the first round, Kenny Smallhand Pitt. He's going back to Pittsburgh. Didn't even have to take a fucking step. He could just walk to the Pittsburgh Steelers facility because, he played for Pitt. He was a really good player in college. He torched Clemson. He was a good player. And he's going back to the Steelers. I don't think they could have got him. Maybe they could have got him in the second round. I don't know. They got their guy. Obviously, I think Trubisky is going to be the starter. But if Kenny Pickett plays, it's gonna be cool to see because he played for Pitt. Chiefs, good pickup. Trent McDuffie, their Ward replacement. They need a corner. And they moved up to get him. So they gave up a couple picks to move up. The Chiefs. They didn't go receiver. And then this one baffled me, but fuffled me. Quinton Walker. I have no idea what the Packers did here. I have no idea. They could have gotten Dean. They could have gotten Lloyd. But they got this guy. I guess this is a better scheme fit for whoever their defensive coordinator is. At 22, I guess they're going to go receiver in the second round. We'll see. Again, some of these guys, I don't really know who they are because, I don't watch college football. But they could have gotten Dean. They could have gotten Lloyd. But I guess it's a scheme fit. I have no idea. And the Georgia players are really good this year. Their defense was really great this year. Khalil Elman, corner out of Florida, the Gators. The Bills traded up to get him. And, yeah. Oh, wait, no. This was the pick where Marquise Brown, he got traded to the Cardinals. So that's why the Ravens had 2 first-round picks this year because they traded Marquise Brown, which that's their Christian Kirk replacement. Now they have a number 2, Kirk. Now they have Hopkins, Brown, and A.J. Green, which is a solid trio. And then you got, Zach Ertz. So good core for Collar. So Elmer, they needed a corner, so I guess, I don't know. Cowboys taking Taylor Smith out of Tulsa. Yeah, they need a guy to replace Collins. I don't know how good he is. Obviously, he's not the top. He's not Cross. He's not. Shit. Charles Cross was taken. I forgot about Cross. Where is he? Number 9. Yeah, our pick. I forgot about Charles Cross. Yeah, he's not Charles Cross. He's not none of those top 5. I guess he's number 5. And they got the 5th best tackle with 24, which is pretty good. And they need a guy to replace Collins. And, O-line's really important. It's not the sexy pick. But, hey, Dallas, back then they were really good at drafting their own linemen, and I think they're really good at drafting their own linemen. Dallas, that's one thing they really do well. Tyler Lindenbaum, I said he would go to Washington, but now he went to the Ravens. This is the pick that they traded down with Buffalo, and then they got Lindenbaum. So they got Hamilton, Lindenbaum. So they addressed their line and secondary. So, other than receiver, I think Baltimore's pretty good. Lamar's like fucking slamming the tables and shit. Like, who am I gonna throw it to? I'm gonna throw it to myself. I have to run the ball, but it's fine. And then the Jets made a trade with Tennessee. This was a good move, getting Jameer Johnson, one of the best defensive ends in the draft. Jets knocked out of the park. So, yeah, a lot of trades. A lot of fucking trades. So Jameer Johnson, good pickup. And then this trade, stand up fucking Jacksonville. I thought this was a really good trade. They made it an interstate trade, a little interstate connection. They got Devin Lloyd, a guy that replaced Miles Jack. He's a Miles Jack replacement right there. And they made a trade into the state. And this was a good pickup, in my opinion. Really good pickup. I think this was their best pick. And they addressed the inside linebacker issue. They got a really good guy out of Utah. I like Devin Lloyd. And, yeah, this was actually a really great pick by fucking the Jags, man. I think this was their best pick of the night. Walker was, we'll see what he does. But Lloyd, I think it's a slam dunk. All right, Devontae Wyatt to the Packers. They need a defensive tackle, I guess. I don't fucking know. I think they'll go edge and receiver in the second round since they lost, what's his name? Smith. So, Wyatt was good with Georgia, the bunch of Georgia players. But, yeah. And then this one took me off guard. And he's a guard. Bill Belichick should be fucking fired. He should fire himself as a GM. Cole Stangic, guard out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. What kind of college is that? This is a guy that was probably projected to go in like the third round. And they picked him in the second round at 29. I don't know about this pick. He's probably going to work out because that's just the Patriots. But it's just Belichick probably goes to these fucking random schools. He didn't go to Bama. He doesn't go to Clemson. He didn't go to Georgia. He didn't go to these real schools. He goes to fucking Tennessee, Chattanooga. So, yeah. All right. So, and then the Chiefs, they got a good pass rusher. I can't lie. And George Kaufness, edge rusher, Purdue. He's a big guy. There you go. All right, so Cincinnati Bengals, they picked Dexter Hill, safety out of Michigan. And, I forgot if they lost the safety or not, but he's going to be pairing up with Jesse Bates, the guy who's better than Justin Simmons. And, yeah, back-to-back safeties were taken, and Luis Chen and Daxton Hill, and that's really it. And that's the first round. Also, the Minnesota Vikings made a trade with the Lions. That's how big of a rivalry they are. The Vikings are willing to fucking foreclose 20 spots just to trade with the Lions. That's how big of a rivalry it is. So that's all the picks in the first round. I thought it was a really entertaining first round. It would have been more entertaining if the Broncos did anything. But I know what there are. Their ninth overall pick was Russell Wilson. So, yeah, and only one quarterback taken in this first round. Very interesting, very rare. Like, usually a bunch of quarterbacks get taken. But only one, which was Kenny Pickett. And I wonder where Malik Willis, Ritter, Howe is going to go. I think a lot of these teams that need a quarterback are going to take a shot in the dark in the second round and third round for quarterbacks, and we'll see what happens here. That's all I got to say. Peace, go Broncos. Can't wait till day 2 for the second and third round. I'm not going to do a second round and third round recaps because I'm not gonna do that. Only when the Broncos pick, I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. So hope you guys have a good night. Peace.